welcome to another episode of The Scary Show. I'm Larissa.
And I'm Scott. Welcome back. Something like that.
Yeah, we have no idea what our second episode got linked to or whatever, but hey, we'll take the hits, and if someone wants to post, where it actually went, hell, that'd amuse us too. So, give us a shot and just let us know.
And we're still taking donations for a Mac. So, Justin Long, if you're out there, we want your Mac.
Yeah, and also, that's mostly a Scott thing. I don't want to get involved in any legal issues, so...
There's no legal issues with taking donations. People give you money.
Well, why don't we just be homeless and see how that works for us?
It probably would. I'd be like the man that gave me 5 different excuses for change.
Okay, I have an idea. We can be like that couple downtown. One's in a wheelchair and the other one's pushing them around. But they can perfectly walk fine. It's just, they make a shitload of money pretending to be crippled and lonely and together and poor.
There's a CEO in the States of a really, really big company that spent 2 months living on the streets. And he made more in that 2 months from living on the streets than he did from his regular salary from his job.
How can you make hundreds of thousands of dollars from assholes until you get a job?
Well, if 500 people walk by you every day, and 1 in every 5 people give you $2, you've now got, $200.
I guess.
And depending on where you sit, chances are you're gonna get a lot more than 500 people walking by you.
I guess, but I don't know. Maybe it's just because my experience with homeless people have been kind of frightening. I've been chased down and followed for a cup of coffee.
I try and ignore them, as horrible as that sounds. I mean, I offered one guy lunch. I offered to buy him lunch, and he was all like, "I want money, not lunch." And I was like, "Okay, no, I'm not feeding your crack addiction."
Pretty much. Quentin was telling me how he gave some guy $5 and he was so happy and thrilled about it, and I'm like, you shouldn't have done that. Who knows what he's going to buy with that? And Quentin was all, well, maybe he's saving up to get his eyebrows done. And I was all, if you want to give money to save up for that, give it to me. I'm broke.
You know what? Honestly, as horrible as it sounds, for those of you that don't know, I manage a liquor store. And chances are the $5 that he was given is going to wind up in some liquor store owner's pocket.
Yeah, I can't, well, what am I supposed to say to that? It's kind of true. A crack addict, you don't know.
Or a drug dealer, or, who the fuck knows. It's horrible. Honestly, I genuinely do, to an extent, feel bad for homeless people, but, it's not so much that they do it to themselves, it's that one homeless person gives every homeless person a bad name. I think that's probably the best way to go for it.
Right. Kind of like, I don't know, years back when that homeless guy killed the other homeless guy and stuck him under the bed in the homeless shelter. I mean, that just made us all look like nut jobs. Well, speaking of the homeless people, that is not us, because I'm not homeless, at least not yet.
One apple spoils the bunch, it's true.
That it is.
So what else is going on, Larry?
Well, how about them capitalist bastards, eh? Making everything in China. But, capitalists are never really patriotic.
Capitalists don't have to be patriotic. They make that much money.
Well, I guess if they were to have some sort of weird propaganda going on, if they said, made in Canada, made in America, then I guess then it would profit them in some way.
There's a lot of stuff that has made in America on it.
When even then it was still probably made in China.
Who fucking knows? Made in America, with parts from China. Including whole car.
And instructions.
Ooh. Yeah, well, who knows. Speaking of China, I really have to wonder what's going on with these Olympic Games. Personally, I'm boycotting them. Who's with me?
I don't know, I haven't really looked into it. My life has been too busy with personal issues to really concern myself with the Olympic Games.
That's really selfish. Like, wow.
Well, sorry, but I don't quite care at this time in my life. When things ease up with my money, and my bills, and my boyfriend issues, maybe then I'll fucking pay attention to the goddamn Olympics everyone's raving about.
It's not the Tibetans' fault that your boyfriend's a fucking tool, okay, Larissa?
I wasn't blaming the Tibetans whatsoever.
Well, you know what? They're getting slaughtered in the mass loads. And actually, it's really bizarre. This freaking earthquake in China came at the best possible time for them. Because now they've pushed their, the human rights record and then the boycotting of the Olympic Games to the back burner. Because now everyone feels sorry for them. Because there's 100,000 people that are dead?
That's like, what, a drop of water in the ocean or something?
That's like Red Deer wiped off the map.
Hey, what can I say? I'm an insensitive bitch sometimes when it comes to numbers and logistics.
That's like wiping out all of northern Alberta from Edmonton North, just blowing it up.
Not really blowing up, more like having a landslide just crash right on it.
Or what's another good way of putting it? 1,000 people. Yeah, I don't know. I can't think about that. I can't wrap my... That's a lot of fucking people.
It is a lot of people, and to be honest, I'm one of those individuals who can't really see things on a global personal scale. I have to have something happen close to home to really feel it hit, and most people are like that. Most people don't give a shit, so...
I give a shit. I don't feel for them. It's a tragedy. I recognize that. But I'm not going, oh my god, the Chinese. I'm not losing sleep over it, I guess would be the best way to put it. Because evidently I'm an insensitive bastard.
Oh, not really. A part of me wants, say, 100,000 men to have died so someone can adopt all the little girls that they put up for adoption. You know what I mean?
I want 100,000 men to die, period. Men suck. For the record, to all our listeners, men fucking suck. Zen Quinn, we have to exclude you from this because you rock.
And perhaps Daniel Southworth.
No, Daniel Southworth is a prime example of arrogant stupidity that come from the male, sex.
Jeez, just because he has a lot of testosterone and likes to flaunt that.
And likes to flaunt the fact, I'm Daniel Southworth. I'm Daniel Southworth.
He's not that homosexual about it.
So, point being is he's still a fucking loser.
I don't think so. I would do him.
And there was some weird banging outside the studio.
Yeah, studio.
Yes, we have a studio. That's right, a studio. So, I'm thinking, everybody, that, we need some topic requests. We need some suggestions. We need some pointers on what you guys want to hear us talk about in the show. Because, really, we have no idea some days. We just start talking about random shit and hope it goes.
And hell, even if you hate this and you stumbled on this and thought, this is shit, tell us. Give us some comments. Give us some ratings. Granted, you'll probably downvote, but that's okay.
The point is, we want to make the show better, and we can't do that without some feedback.
A part of me, would like to make it better. A part of me just wants to know why the hell so many people are clicking on this and watching it and listening to it for some unbeknownst reason to us, even if it's just a random internet thing.
It's because we fucking rock.
I like to think so, but the pessimist in me just knows we don't.
I'm gonna borrow money from you.
What?
I said I'm gonna borrow money from you.
Why are you gonna borrow money from me? I don't have any money.
Because you're a pessimist, so you won't expect to get it back.
That's a horrible thing to do. I'm not gonna lend you money now.
I'm just fucking with you.
Ooh.
Oh, baby. Leon, if you're hearing this, I'm stealing your girlfriend away from you. I may be gay, but she can have a sex change.
Oh, yes.
With her big, manly, ripped arms.
Hey, they're muscular, okay? I can fight ninjas.
Hot. Well, we're running out of time, so hopefully you all have a killer day out there in cyber world, and, don't snort any Smurfs.
I guess not, and limit yourself to the amount of WoW you play.